Women's involvement during the war. Abigail Adams. Abigail Adams was able to speak up for the women during the Revolutionary War because she was wealthy and had high social standing. She was married to John Adams, to whom she wrote letters about women's opportunities, rights, and representation in the Constitution. Their marriage was more equal than most marriages in that time. She wanted women to have equal property and education rights and opportunities. She believed that women should not be content with the simple role of being companions to their husbands. Soldiers' wives. Molly Pitcher and Margaret Corbin. Molly Pitcher's actual name was Mary Ludwig Hayes Macaulay, and she took her husband's place at a cannon when he was wounded at the Battle of Monmouth. And she was known for carrying pitchers of water to the soldiers, hence the nickname Molly Pitcher. Margaret Corbin, at Fort Washington, New York, she replaced a gunner who was shot. Both women risked their lives in combat, and sadly, they both got shot. Women as soldiers and spies. Mary Ludwig Hayes Macaulay, she took her husband's place in the war and was wounded at the Battle of Monmouth. And Margaret Corbin and Deborah Sampson, but Deborah, instead of taking the place on a cannon, she disguised herself as a man, got wounded, then she contracted a brain fever at the hospital, and she was identified as a woman. Washington then discharged from the discharged from the war, and from the spies' point of view, American men thought women were too simple to understand military strategy, so they spoke freely. Anna Smith Strong used a clothesline to signal the location of the enemy. Lydia Darragh used buttonholes to send messages. Women's work on the home front. Some women during the war stayed at home and did things around the house. Some responsibility they had included cooking for family, managing family businesses, working on the farm, making clothing for soldiers, and they would even use household silver and turn it into ammo for the soldiers. The Edenton Tea Party. The Edenton Tea Party occurred on October 25th, 1774, and Penelope Barker organized 51 women against taxation without representation. We're excited